would like to thank you so much for showing up for our Tuesday evening GS Lifestyle presentation, where we're going to be discussing this amazing Global Mastercard debit / crypto / forex / freedom card. All right, a lot of descriptions for this card. And this call was the brainchild of Miss Sharon Paris. You're going to be hearing from her in a little while. Also, we have one of our co-sponsors, Miss Anika Nash. She's also here. And our main presenter is going to be Mr. Michael Aman. You'll be hearing from him in a little while. But before we begin, Anika, you want to just say hi to some of your folks on this call? You're unmuted.
Okay. Hi, good evening, everybody. Welcome again to a meeting with GS Partners. You know, we really look forward for you sharing your time with us. And we are thankful for that you take this opportunity, not just to share, but to be a part of something revolutionary. You know, today I had opportunity to speak with a couple of people. And when we really talk about this lifestyle card, it's transformation. So you are in a position where you will be transformed into this new technology, this new now. So we say thank you for taking your time out to join with us this evening. Sit, listen to Dr. Aman. You know, Marlon will have some great things. We have things to share for you guys. We just want you to know that we have your best interest in heart, and those who take the time out to invite you, you should give them a thumbs up. You should tell them thanks after this presentation, because it will be a presentation that you have never heard before. You'll have questions upon questions, and we have the answer upon answers for you this evening. So sit back, relax, and look forward to something great. Thank you.
Thank you, Anika. Wonderful. And now, Ms. Sharon Paris, you are unmuted.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
How are you people? I must say that it will be amiss of me not to mention something here this afternoon. We are having an afternoon of business where we're going to bring this great opportunity for us. But I know the majority of people on the call tonight are from Trinidad and Tobago. And today, between yesterday and today, I was hit with a number of bad news from different persons, even who I interface with on a daily basis, family members, persons who I have investments in my investments team who have been struck, and in some instances, the whole family has been struck with COVID. And people, I must, as a leader, it will be irresponsible of me not to come on this call and let you know that I know some people do not believe. They walk around with the saying they don't believe in COVID. Right now, all our hospital beds are full. Some of the videos that you might have heard, and if you had the opportunity to hear the news tonight, and is being claimed as fake news. Not all the news are fake news. We just don't want to cause a panic buying by people. So we need you all to stay at home. We need you to practice proper hygiene. We need people to wear full masks from their nostrils, cover the top of your nose to your mouth. We need you to take your vitamins, because there are 45 patients right now to one nurse. There are no ventilators available. So God forbid if you get ill or one of your families get ill, family members get ill, they have to stay home. And all you have is prayer. And God has been saving us thus far and protecting us thus far. But we as a people have been irresponsible, some of us. So we have to take that responsible role, especially when we have others in the home that are not as well as you are. The younger ones are now dying. This is the third strain and it's stronger. The vaccine is not helping. So I had to take this opportunity to tell you this before we get into the business aspect of it. I know Marlon is not in Trinidad. But I'm a bit emotional. I don't want to put on my camera because just before I came on the call, one of my our closest persons, the whole family is struck.
Mm.
And the person was coming here tomorrow to do pedicures for us. So she had to let us know that it'll be irresponsible of her to come here and knowing that her family is affected. So people, COVID is real, right? We just need to do what we have to do. Now, what does that do for the economy? More companies will be closed down because what is happening is that we are told, we are hearing that there might be tighter restraints, which means businesses will be affected, jobs will be affected. And we have an opportunity here where we can stay at home and do business. We can stay at home and provide a service to individuals. So listen to Dr. Michael Aman tonight, and not only listen, but really hear him, because I know sometimes he has to repeat the same thing 5 and 6 times. I always suggest, take notes, especially for the main areas, because sometimes the minds drift away. So welcome, welcome, welcome to this life-transforming opportunity. Back over to you, to Marlon.
Thank you, Sharon, for those words of inspiration. I mean, we're dealing with a reality, but yet still you were still able to inspire us through the situation. And you mentioned that I'm not in Trinidad, but when things were pretty under control, when things were under control in Trinidad, we were reeling up here in the United States, especially in some of these southern states. I live in Georgia, where folks, were making the COVID crisis a political statement by not wearing their mask and, all the different conspiracy theories that were floating around. But COVID, as you could see, doesn't care about your political bias. It doesn't care about what conspiracy you believe and what race and ethnic category you belong in. Okay, it strikes at anybody at any time. So, the best we can do is work with, the public health sector, try and follow the rules as prescribed, keep yourself as healthy as possible. If you do get vaccinated, I hope, we have a different a different category of vaccines that come to Trinidad soon. I was able to get the Pfizer up here, but unfortunately, that's not available in Trinidad. But do your best, make intelligent decisions, and don't be swayed by public opinion or some of the crazy stuff that comes across your WhatsApp chat sometimes. All right. Okay, so we're going to turn it over now to Mr. Michael Aman, the doctor in GSL technology. And he is going to share with us our GS lifestyle card and all the great benefits and the opportunity that's before us to really create freedom from this gridlock, this financial gridlock that so many of us around the world are facing. So Michael, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Marlon. Thank you very much, Sharon, for that appeal. And it is something, of course, that is very sobering. All right, it is very real. Okay. And one of the things that is also very real, as more people are staying at home, as more people are being asked to stay home, and with the economy as it is, you know what they're going to be doing more? More people are going to be going online. More people are going to have to be doing their business online. More people need to purchase stuff online. And that is actually very much in alignment with what we want to talk about tonight. Okay, so tonight we are going to be talking about the GS lifestyle product. Before we go into the product, a little bit about myself. I am the founder of a community known as Carrot Caribbean. I'm also a bachelor's degree, master's, and all of that stuff. But what I'm saying, I only say that to let you know that even with all of that, when you go to purchase online, when you go to deal with financial rules and so on, you cannot say, hey, I have a master's, or I have a bachelor's, or I have a high school degree, because the banking system does not care. They don't care. They're looking for official documents. And we're going to be covering a couple of these things. And you're going to face the same limitations as the man on the street. right? Because our mission actually, when I formed the community in 2014, was to help the average person in the region to preserve their wealth by accumulation of assets, starting with precious metals and then of course into cryptocurrency, and of course increase digital financial literacy, which these situations are putting us more and more into the digital space, and of course to get used to learn the digital tools. And the GS Lifestyle is one of the digital tools that will help us transition into the future, okay? And of course, we want to help persons to earn additional income by helping others to do the same thing. Okay, so the information that's provided in this webinar is for awareness of products and services offered by gold standard partners, in particular, a GS Lifestyle product. And any illustrations of earnings potential, which may be mentioned, are to be considered just that, an illustration, an example of what is possible if conditions are met. And it may not be typical for everyone. It is dependent, of course, on a person's ability to learn, to understand, to apply what is learned. And of course, different persons may have different levels of effort, okay? Nothing in this presentation is to be considered as financial advice. While we do have persons in the organization who are licensed financial advisors, I don't claim to be one of them, right? However, what I do is to let you know what options are available, and the benefits and the features of a product. It's up to you to decide what you want to do, or you can talk to a financial advisor, all right? So what are some of the challenges that people experience internationally? We experience it here in Trinidad and Tobago. We experience it in the region, and some persons around the world also experience it. One of the key things that some people access is limited access to foreign exchange. One of the main foreign exchange fiat currencies that we know of is, of course, the US dollar. In other countries, it may be other types of currency. We keep hearing rumors that, I think I just heard a rumor this week, I don't know how true it is, that in China, they're limiting access to the US dollar as well. Even in certain parts of South America and in Europe and even in Africa, access to US dollar is difficult, okay? And in addition to that, while we have a limitation on access to foreign exchange, persons in certain countries, even in Trinidad and Tobago, would find challenges on importing funds to local bank accounts. So you may have funds that you obtain from trading from some other international source or whatever it is, and for some reason you're trying to import the funds here due to anti-money laundering and other types of restrictions and controls. We have to declare where we're getting the funds from. And even though some of our activities are obtained legally, right? We don't condone, nor do we get involved in anything like human trafficking, money laundering, arms or drugs or anything like that. Yet persons are being restricted from bringing the funds here because persons do a little forex trading. Persons do something like that, which is totally legal, non-illegal activity, yet the innocent are punished and are restricted for things that the guilty will find some other way to do anyway, right? So what are we to do? We want to be compliant, we want to be legal, but we have these challenges on importing funds, okay? We also face limitations. When we are allowed, we have limitations on sending funds abroad as well. Okay, and when we can send, if there's not an issue in terms of access to foreign exchange, you have to sit in a queue, wait on foreign exchanges available before you send funds abroad. You are charged additional fees from these money lending, from the money sending organizations, right? You send $100, they receive like $80. Okay, there's some other types of platforms. If you try to send funds through these platforms beyond a certain amount, they will have to hold the amount like after 20 days or so on before they could send it to the recipient, just because you send a little bit more than you did the previous month. I mean, that's crazy. I faced that situation. I had to send funds for my daughter who's doing a college degree abroad. And I use a particular online service that is known by many, right, to help people mask like their credit card. And that service was not a pal to me at all. It held the funds. It's crazy. Now, when, of course, to use some of these services, You need to have access to a credit card or credit or debit card. Credit card is, of course, you can pay it and then you can load it, pay it back, pay back what you borrowed from the card afterwards. A debit card you would use what is on the card, so you don't have to pay it back. You're using your funds. But when we're going to make purchases online or purchases anywhere, we are told that we have limitations on how much spending we can do. Okay, we had a bank in Trinidad and Tobago that would have given a person 500 US for the month on average or by default, right? That was recently reduced to 250 US dollars per month, right? To make purchases online. So if you spend $100 today, that means you have $150 remaining to spend for the rest of the month. So if you want to purchase like something like a laptop online, let's say for $350, you'll be unable to do it, right? It's a challenge. And even if to get the card, there's some strict requirements to do so. Again, for legal and for other auditing reasons and all of that stuff, which we understand. But here we are facing a situation where persons are losing their jobs, where persons have to work from home, where they've been told, listen, because nobody's coming into the hotel, if you're a hotel worker, you have to stay at home. We have nothing for you to do. We have persons who work in campuses, in schools and so on, and they have to stay at home and they're looking for some other way to try to get a little income. So they go to get a card to even to pay their bills online. I mean, right now we're in a limited lockdown. Malls are closed. How are you going to pay your bills? You have to get a card. You can pay online. How are you going to pay it online if you don't have a debit card for some of these situations, right? To go and get the card, you have to have you have to have 2 forms of ID. You need to have, of course, a job letter. You need to have a salary slip and a proof of address. So what happens if you don't have a job? Okay, well, you can submit 3 years worth of financial statements, but I just lost my job last week. What am I to do, right? I'm sorry, you don't qualify to get a card. Okay, it's that hard. Even if you have it, let's say you don't have a proof of address. People are renting from some certain places. They don't have a bill in their name and other bills are online. Well, I'm sorry, you don't qualify to get a card. It's tough. It's tough. So they stay home. So what do they want to do? They sit down and they watch Netflix. Because everybody's getting a smart TV nowadays, right? But guess what? To use Netflix, you need a debit card. You need a credit card. So how are you going to watch it? You're being prevented from getting one. So persons, they bum off of a family member. They bum off of some friend to borrow their credit card information. No, you're not supposed to give your credit card information to anyone. It's wrong. That's a huge risk. It's a financial risk to be doing that. That's not an activity that is condoned. But yet this is what people are doing because, they're home, right? So what are they to do? They look for a business to get involved in. And to get involved in some businesses, there's an increased number of businesses that require persons to have cryptocurrency to start, or they may get paid in cryptocurrency. So how are they going to get the crypto? And if they get paid in crypto, how are they going to use it? They can't go to the grocery store. They cannot go to, well, we can't go to KFC. We can't go to the grocery. We can't go to the mall or movies. But I mean, what I mean is you cannot go to the grocery store. You cannot go to any place to pay for things and say, hey, you have a Bitcoin wallet? They will say, oh, that's nice to know. Can you give me the cash, please? Or can you swipe your card, please? The crypto does nothing for you if you can't use it here. It's not possible. So you say, okay, well, you may want to go online to try to get cryptocurrencies, but guess what? Local cards are banned from using many cards from local banks, or even the whole country is banned from using our debit cards or credit cards to purchase cryptocurrencies. Cards is used in Trinidad and Tobago. If you go to cex.io, CoinMama, and some of these places, and you want to buy cryptocurrency, sorry, you're from Trinidad and Tobago, you cannot get it. It's tough. It's tough. Okay. Now, remittances is something that is very important to the region. Okay. Remittance is a key component of Central American Caribbean economy. It has been said that remittances accounts for over 10% of GDP in many of the countries of the region. What is remittances? It's basically People from abroad sending money back home. Okay, it is so big that remittances, which we have inbound remittances and outbound remittances, right? Inbound remittances is money is coming to a country from another country. Outbound remittances is money is going outside of a country to other countries, okay? Now, inbound remittances, of all of the remittances coming into the region, 95% of them went to 3 countries, 51% to the Dominican Republic, 18% to Jamaica, 25% to Haiti, and of course, 5% to others, okay? With so much, you're talking about 75%, well, 50 and 18, that's about 50, about 60%, 70% in those 2 countries. And when we're talking about money, it's big money we're talking about, you know, we're not talking about, you're talking about almost 20% of the Jamaican economy, GDP. El Salvador, over 20%, Haiti almost over 30%. But these are huge numbers. Trinidad and Tobago is on the map. It's not as huge in terms of GDP contribution, but it is huge. What are the figures for the last couple of years? Let's just look at the 2 countries, right? In Jamaica, in 2020, $2.91 billion. And that is, you're talking about 18%. 18% coming up to almost $3 billion. All right, that's a huge amount of remittances coming into the region. And that itself is about 50 billion, 20% higher than it was in 2019. Now, when you think about it, right, with the amount of fees that you have to pay, almost 20%, Jamaica's in Jamaica in 2020 received 2.91 billion, and before it was 2.42 billion the year before. That's a 20% difference. And if they had to, the people who had to pay to send those would have probably been sending even more than that out of their country to get into the region. So putting 2 and 2 together, it means that in 2019, 2.91 billion was sent, but 2.4 billion was received. All right, $500 million lost in fees. Think about that. Trinidad and Tobago, $143 million sent or received in Trinidad and Tobago in 2019. Now that will be small in comparison to Jamaica. Trinidad and Tobago is a smaller country than Jamaica, population-wise as well. But when you look at the figure there, $143 million coming into the country, and they're saying that foreign exchange is scarce in Trinidad. You know, I mean, this is just something to look at there. It's really interesting. And then we're talking about cryptocurrency. Remember I said that that people have challenges getting cryptocurrency. What are the regulations concerning cryptocurrency in the region? There's different. So you may think that if they're blocking Trinidad and Tobago, it's illegal, but actually it's not. And here's the proof. In 2019, there was a joint statement by the Central Bank of Trinidad and Tobago, the FIU, and the Trinidad and Tobago Securities Exchange, which gave a warning against the use of cryptocurrencies. It was not a ban, it's not illegal, but it was a warning. And what is the warning? Is the warning against cryptocurrency? They say basically here that the companies that issue promises that of high returns but turn out to be fraudulent schemes. This is a warning against Ponzi's. This is a warning against pyramid schemes, about companies that come in disguise saying that, you know, you can get a high return for putting in a small amount. These type of companies were around even before cryptocurrencies. They just changed the medium, okay? Before you didn't have a warning against cash, you didn't have a warning against fiat. Basically, the warning is against Ponzi's, and that's basically what it is. And yet the banks behave as if, oh, cryptos are illegal, but it's not. Same thing with Forex. It's the same thing. People need to be aware and they need to do their due diligence before getting involved in any company, whichever it is, online or offline, okay? But that's basically what it is. And of course, we want to be compliant. We want to be careful, and that is what we see. So yet we have these solutions, the solutions to access to foreign exchange and everything we covered. What is the solution to this problem, right? We want to present a solution that was offered by the Gold Standard Group. The Gold Standard Group presents different platforms. They are a leading software, IT, and blockchain powerhouse in Germany. And of course, it's available They're based in other parts of the world as well, but they deliver blockchain-based services and other digital tools. The GS Lifestyle is one of those tools.
Introducing the most flexible crypto card in the world. 5 traditional currency accounts, including USD, GPB, EUR, CNY, and JPY. Currency exchange rates better than high street banks. Manage all your crypto and traditional currencies with one simple platform. Add funds to your account via bank transfer, credit and debit card, or crypto proceeds. Spend or withdraw your funds anywhere credit and debit cards are accepted. Exclusive plastic, aluminum, stainless steel, gold-plated, and solid gold cards available. 24/7 global support in multi-languages. 24/7 professional concierge services. Up to 40% discounts on hotel and travel. Instant rewards from high street retailers. Fast delivery to over 100 countries. Order your GS Lifestyle card today.
Experience a GS Lifestyle. It's a product that your whole world needs. It has all of the functionality of a debit card and more. There's more than just a debit card. People are thinking, oh, it's a debit card. No, 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 no. My friends, it is a service. It's a product which includes a debit card, but it is more than that. You can buy, sell, spend, save, grow, trade, and earn cryptocurrency using this all-in-one service. Because the features is more than just the debit card. It includes Forex services. You could exchange from one foreign currency to another. It includes crypto exchange services. It comes with crypto wallets, and you can exchange from one crypto wallet to another. It comes with fiat wallets, plural, depending on the membership you have. US is standard and all. It comes with the ability to even go beyond that. You can have access to travel services. Yes, we're in lockdown period, but the other countries that we're going to see that people still need to travel. People trying to travel away from the virus, or people trying to get back home when everything settles down, right? And we have those services. It's sort of like having a Travelocity or a Expedia included in your account. We also have access to a personal assistant, right? Called a concierge service that can tie a lot of these services together for you, and we're going to discuss that. And on top of all of that, if you know of persons who can use this service, you can refer it to them, and you can actually get paid. You talk about being laid off, you're at home, you're looking for something to do. Well, let people know about the GS Lifestyle card and our lifestyle membership. Every time you refer someone and they register, you earn. Every time you pay on the monthly fees, you earn. Every time they swipe to use that product, to use the system online, or to use it on a point of sale system, you earn. We'll cover all of that. The GS Lifestyle membership is available in 169 countries around the world. We're talking about many countries in Africa, in Europe, in Asia, in all the countries in North America. Yes, the 2 countries in North America. the Central America, South America, and of course, the Caribbean. It has opened in 23 different Caribbean countries. And yes, Jamaica is there. Yes, Dominican Republic is there. Yes, Trinidad and Tobago is there. It was launched actually on the 1st of February, 2021. For most of these countries, in 16 Caribbean countries included. And on the 9th of April, several more Caribbean countries were added, right? So this has been in use for several months in various countries in the region, right? From Bahamas coming all the way to Trinidad and Tobago, going all the way west to Belize, and all the way east, all the way to Barbados. And everywhere in between, you'll find a country that has access to the card. But who provides the card? Who provides these services? It is a brand, GS Lifestyle, but who provides it? Who's the engine behind it? Who's the company? The company that's providing the lifestyle, it is a third party subcontractor to provide the services, known as Envio. Envio is a company that's headquartered in London. It is a FCA regulated electronic money issuer, and they provide financial services in multiple currencies to members of concierge and lifestyle services, right? And we're going to take a quick look at the Ori Lifestyle and Clubs Fund programs in a moment, right? They are powered by MasterCard, and they have been around since 2008. Now, Ori and Clubs Fund, they are not any small fry, like alma mater or something. These are some of the elite clubs that the most prestigious or the ultra wealthy in the world participate in, all right? They are UK based, as said. They are authorized by the FCA. Not only that, they're not just approved by the FCA, the Financial Conduct Authority, but they're authorized by them to issue electronic money. And of course, they are principal member of MasterCard. Now, one of the things about MasterCard does not associate with any company that they are suspicious about. They do not associate with scams, to put it straight, plain talk, bad language, as they say. They don't associate with dubious companies, okay? And the fact that MasterCard has been has authorized Envio to be one of their main agents, their principal members, since 2008 speaks volumes. And to have that brand along with our debit card also speaks volumes, okay? So as far as keeping the money safe, they're very highly regulated, and they also are authorized, and they have the procedures in place to detect illegal activities such as money laundering and fraud using the KYC process, okay? So yes, your money is safe. It is, and of course, if you think you are a money launderer or dealing with any illegal activities and you're trying to get involved in this, you will be caught. So please join us. We want you to get caught, right? All right. So just letting you know that it is a safe and very very credible system that we're dealing with here. Now, who is Ori Lifestyle? They are an exclusive and premium lifestyle membership program, okay? And they have, as part of their service, a solid gold payment card. And these solutions that they have here are catered specifically to ultra high net worth individuals. We're not talking about the people who are rich. We're talking about the people who are, are the rich of the rich, you know what I'm saying, right? And you cannot just join a program just like that. They're going to check your profile. They're going to check your whole background story. You have to meet a certain level before you can be considered, all right, to be a part of that system. Clubs One is something similar. They're basically a luxury club, right? Members will have access from Clubs One, access to 24/7 virtual assistant, shopping services, financial services, multiple currency accounts. Okay, so what is neat about GS Lifestyle, right? I mean, Envio provides financial services to several companies such as these. What does GS Lifestyle have different? Well, GS Lifestyle combines some of the key features and functionalities from Ori and Clubs One into the GS Lifestyle product, okay? And we get the GS Lifestyle product as part of GS Partners. GS Partners is the marketing arm of the Gold Standard Group, all right? Now, one of the things about GS Partners is that there is a membership program. You can register for GS Partners for free. There's no cost to become a customer. You just want to register and become you just want to register and obtain the product. There's other products. GS Lifestyle is one of them, okay? If persons decide to, hey, let me get, I know of many people who may be interested in the card. You may want to consider getting a lifestyle access discount, right? Basically, we have two memberships in GS Partners. One can either become a basic for 149 USDT or a premier for 999 USDT. The basic, among all of the other benefits that one gets in GS Partners, they get a 5% discount off the cost of the card. And the premier, when I say the card, I mean the membership of GS Lifestyle. And the premier GS Partners membership would give 10% off the cost of the GS Lifestyle membership as well. Now, when you're talking about some of the higher memberships, these things can come in very handy, and we will show you why. But you also get access to several of the promotions and incentives and so on. You get access to a share in the company's profits. If you have a lot of people in your team who obtain cards, if you have a lot of customers, you can consider getting a membership, because when you get a membership, it opens you to a chance to share in the company's global profits. But the focus is not on the other products and GS partners tonight. It is purely on the GS lifestyle. So let's look at the GS lifestyle. And we're looking here at the prices if somebody were to get a premier package, a premier GS partners package. These are the prices that will be available to them, okay? So we have 6 main membership levels in GS lifestyle. The membership level is sort of described by the type of card you will get with it, with the exception of the first one, starter. With the starter, there is no card. You pay $10 US and you get access to the account. You get access to a US account and you get access to a Bitcoin wallet. You can load funds into your US account. You can use that US to buy the Bitcoin in your wallet. You can then, of course, send that Bitcoin to somewhere else. You have a wallet so persons can send Bitcoin to you. You have a US account, so you can transfer funds from that US account to someone else who has a membership, or you can receive funds into that US account. You can do different things with it, right? Basically what I'm saying, okay? Now that you have restrictions to right now. Even just that, because as we know, to get onto some of the other platforms to buy cryptocurrencies, we are being banned. With a starter, you can get access to a platform that can allow you to purchase cryptocurrency. 10 US one time. There's no monthly fees. There's no renewal. There's nothing to renew. You just get access to that account, right? That's awesome. Okay. Now we go next to the plastic. With the plastic membership, you get access to a plastic debit card. It's black. Some people look at the card and say, whoa, 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 that's a premium type card, boy. It looks like as they would say here, you look as if you have a lot of wealth. It's classy, okay? When people say a black card, they say, hey, this is a black card. Somebody told me they walked into a store and they pulled out their card and they were actually given better service because they had a black card. The black card, the plastic card, 69 USDT. If you have a premier membership. If it's a basic membership, this would be 79 USDT, all right? Okay, like I said, the premier gets the 10% discount, so you can do the math. But the prices here is just to give you an idea of the ballpark of how much these cards will cost. One of the key features, and we're going to go into some of the other features of the cards, of the different memberships, is that you have access to $500,000 US account limit. $500,000 US, okay, that you can have in your account, okay? And among the other benefits which you're going to cover, and you get access to the ability to send funds to anyone who has a MasterCard as well. It doesn't matter which bank they issued. And this is a one-time fee as well. And it is valid for 5 years. It's a MasterCard that is valid for 5 years, one time. Now, many other debit cards that I know of, they have a 2-year validity or 3 years, which means it's possible for you to go through 2 cards, pay renewal twice, and be on the 3rd card while you're still on your first GS Lifestyle debit card. This is particularly awesome, and that just blew my mind when I first said it. 5 years, no repayment. When it's time for renewal, they just send you the new card, no questions asked. Awesome, all right? There's a $20 monthly fee membership subscription, so to speak, right? And that is to access the multiple services that we get with the membership, which we're going to be covering, okay? A quick question some people may ask, so what happens if I don't pay that $20, boy? Well, you know, if persons have a subscription at Netflix, right? And persons easily pay close to $20 on Netflix, you know, between Netflix and Disney Plus, they easily cross on $20. And when they do that, they're not getting, whoops, yeah, just a second. Yeah, when they do that, yeah, let me make sure my, right. When they do that, they don't even get a chance to watch all the shows that these things have. They're paying over $20 a month and for entertainment. They're not, and yet they don't have the ability to make purchases online. They don't have the ability to do anything, okay? So we have actual value for paying this 20 US a month. And there's a way we can actually make this work for us just by using the card. And I'll come over to that, all right? So that's it, $20 a month. What's the comparison? What do other similar type programs cost or charge for this service? For the same type of service in Club Swan, it's 125 US for the membership to the same $500,000 account limit service. And the monthly membership is 65 US a month. Go check it out. I didn't make that up, right? I checked it myself. And that is their lowest monthly membership. As you go higher, they would have to pay 95 a month, 100 and something a month, and so on. For what the other card membership levels at GS Lifestyle is just 35 US a month, with the exception of Solid Gold. What's the difference with these other cards? Well, one of the key things is, of course, you have access to multiple fiat currencies. You also have access to higher account limits. The aluminum, it is 750,000 US dollars. Steel, 1 million US dollars. Gold plated, 2 million US dollars. And with the solid gold, can you guess what the account limit is? It is unlimited. There's no limits. You can load $1 trillion into your solid gold membership account and it's not a problem. They say, okay, can you send any more? 35,000 USDT for that. Some persons may say, wow, that's too much. Well, that's not because you don't need anything of that level. There are people who need that type of service. And for them, paying 35,000 is, as they say, the percentage, 35%, 35,000 is that the percentage of 35,000 to unlimited is like infinite. I mean, it's infinitesimally small compared to the amount of services they can do with that, right? At $500 per month, and the first year is waived. So they can have that solid gold unlimited account for an entire year with no limits. And even after that, they can still have access to no limits and they just keep on using it. What else comes with the membership? You have access to multiple crypto wallets. Every account comes with a US account. Every account comes with a Bitcoin account. But with the higher accounts, with the plastic, aluminum, and so on, you get access to multiple crypto wallets. You get access to Bitcoin. You get access to Litecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, and a couple others, okay? Fiat wallets, you get access from aluminum and up. You get access to euro. You get access to Japanese yen, Chinese yuan, British pound, right? You get access to currency exchanges in those same fiat accounts. Let's say you have some funds in US and the Japanese yen goes down. You could transfer some of your US into Japanese yen. And when the Japanese yen comes back up at a different season, you can send it back to US and you have a profit. You can grow your assets right within your own GS Lifestyle account. It is really cool. You have the ability to do so. And in addition to that, you have the concierge services, okay? Persons who may want to load funds into their account, who may want to get, okay, what is my bank wiring information? Some persons will have to go log into their account, go and check for SWIFT, go and look for the router number, look for the big code and all of that stuff, where you have a 24/7 personal assistant there with to help you. You can say, concierge, I would like to wire some funds into my account from my local currency. Can you give me the wiring information, please? They would ask you some questions and they would give you the information. They would send it to your email even. So you can easily print that out, go to your bank and say, listen, I'd like to send some funds to this account. Please, can you organize it for me? Of course, you have to, when I say that, you have to fill out the relevant forms and so on. But yes, it is possible, where before it may not have been. It is an option that is available to you. If you do shopping online, it can help you to do that too. The service is there. It's like a personal assistant. I do repairs on computers. From time to time, I have to look for parts online to help for customers, and sometimes I can't find it. So one day I decided, hey, you know what? After I got the service, I said, let me try this out. I told them, listen, I'm looking for a particular battery for a laptop. This is the part number. This is the model number of the laptop it needs to go into. Can you look for it for me, please? And concierge went and found it for me. The time you would take to go on, the time I would have taken rather, to go and search different sites, I was able to take that same time and go and work on something else while concierge did it for me. All right. It is very useful. They can even do shopping, regular shopping, and not just for parts. When my daughter was getting ready for her graduation from school, I remember we had to be looking for particular size of shoe that is difficult to find in Trinidad. If that was last year, it's too bad we didn't have concierge. But this is one of the things I could have done. Listen, I am looking for this type shoe, this color, and this size, you know, and can you find me places where I could find it? Because we had trouble finding one. We actually had to get it online, but concierge could have gotten it for me. They are your personal assistant to help you get things done, all right? And then of course, after all of this, you say, listen, this is really cool. What is in it for me? I know other people who would be interested in this service. Is there any benefit for me telling others? Of course there is. When you let other people know and they say, yes, I would like this, whatever membership they take, you get paid when they make the purchase of the one-time cost of the card. You get paid when they pay their monthly subscription. You get paid, but it is credited on the 15th of every month. You get paid every time they do their swipe, or whether they swipe in a store or whether they swipe online. When I say swipe online, you know what I mean? You buy things online. It is all credited to you, but it is paid. It is all paid, but credited on the 15th of the following month, right? Everything in a month. So yeah, you can get a residual income from this product. Let's go a little bit more into details on the product itself. Right. So as stated before, the actual cost of the cards, of course, the premium, you saw the prices for the premier for those who are premier members of GS Partners. But the raw cost, if persons are just looking for the card and the memberships, it's $10 for retail for starter, $79 for basic, $435 for aluminum, $985 for stainless steel, $65.95 for the gold plated, and $38,500 for solid gold. But if you look at this, let's take, for example, the solid gold. If someone is a premier member, which costs $999, they could get the card for $35,000, which is $3,500 less. Even if you include the cost of the premium membership, you're still saving $2,500 off of not having the membership at all, right? So if you want to get one of the higher level cards, it would be something, you know, I'm not giving financial advice. It's just an observation that you can actually save by getting one of the memberships before making your card purchase. And the savings that you get, you can put into something else. You can put it into crypto. You can put it into your account to get more, to cover your memberships. You can put it into your debit card and go and spend it on and get something nice for a loved one. There's a lot of stuff you can do. Okay, like I said before, all of them would come with a US account. Aluminum and up, you have the other currencies. I covered that already. The cryptocurrency wallets, yes, it comes with Bitcoin, it comes with BAT, it comes with Litecoin, EOS, and it comes with Ethereum, but it does not come by default with Ethereum because in the other services, they don't really request it. But for us, they would allow it to be added. We just pay the cost of adding the Ethereum blockchain. And once we do, we get access to all Ethereum-based cryptos, such as USDT and EOS and TUSD and so on, all right? So that's how it is with the cryptocurrency wallets. We have access to the lifestyle card, which I explained before, based on the types. When the aluminum card is truly aluminum, if you were to drop it, you'll hear bling-a-ling-a-ling, especially if the card is going to be valid for 5 years. It helps to have something that is a little bit more rugged, and basically that's what aluminum does. It will last the time, right? Card delivery, and for persons who may ask, what happens if my card gets damaged or if my card is lost within that 5-year period? Well, you get access to one free replacement. All right. So if your card is lost, damaged, whatever, they would just reissue you one at no cost. Once. If you do it more than once, I say, okay, something's wrong with you, you know, you may have to pay for it again. But you have access to one free replacement. All right. Card delivery, expedited, free. Of course, this is, of course, based on demand, supply, and what happens with customs. What we've experienced in Trinidad and Tobago thus far is that people order and they receive their card within 7 days. They would advertise between 4 to 6 weeks for delivery, but you're getting it within a week. That's pretty cool, right? Account limit with the starter account. The purpose for this is to allow persons an easy way to get on board into the system. They have a US account limit of $200. Now, in Trinidad and Tobago, and maybe in some other countries, when people hear the word limit, they put a time stamp with it. Like I said before, that other financial institution, you can spend $250 US per month, right? So you have to wait an entire month before you could spend that amount again. But really and truly, what we have access to here is an account that can hold up to $200 US, right? So you spend $100, or rather you load $100, and you try to load $200, again, you wouldn't be able to because you would have crossed the limit. So you just put 100 again. But if you spend the 100, you'll make room for the 200 to go in, right? So basically that's what it is. It's basically physically how much you can put on the card, which makes it significant when you're talking about basic, right? And higher up, you can load up to 500,000 US dollars onto that account, right? It can go higher. You can simply just upgrade your membership level and you can get higher. Of course, to get some of the higher ones, such as the solid gold, in addition to just an ID and passport, you would have to do, of course, compliance reasons. You would then have to do the proof of address stuff, okay? But for most persons, the lower amounts, it's just fine for them, okay? The daily load limit. This is the card load limit. Now, there's a difference between the account and the card, right? I just have to clarify this. What we get with the membership, we get access to 3 main types of assets. We get access to cryptocurrency wallets, we get access to fiat wallets, and we get access to a card. You can load funds onto the card from your fiat wallets, okay? So if you have, say, $1,000 in your US account, you can then transfer $500 from your US account onto your debit card if you wish, and then go and spend it. You have $500 remaining in your US account. You can probably take 300 from that and buy Bitcoin with it from your crypto wallets. And then you'll have 200 left, which you can then send to your mom for Mother's Day. Yes, Mother's Day is coming up next week in a couple of days, right? So those are some of the things you can do. Interchanging, you can actually take that $200 remainder in your, if I said you had $1,000 example, transfer it to Japanese yen if you wish, right? So it's basically different accounts that you can interchange between. That's what the account is. And the daily card load limit is $15,000. You can load 15,000 a day on your debit card. Question, is there any limit to how much you can load if you keep doing that? The answer I got, no. There is no limit to how much your debit card can hold, right? There is none. If you have a solid gold card, that's $100,000 per day that you can load every day, as long as you have the membership. That means in 10 days, how much will be on that debit card available to spend? Yes, that's right. $1 million. And you can keep on loading. There's no limit. How much can you withdraw per day? You can withdraw from an ATM up to 1,500 US equivalent per day in whatever currency that ATM is currently based in, right? So that the actual amount you can withdraw from an ATM in every transaction is based on how much paper that ATM can push out, okay? So in Jamaica, the currency is a little bit lower in value than, let's say, the TT dollar or even the US. So to get to the 1,500, you could do a couple withdrawals well before you can hit that 1,500 limit. But however much you can withdraw per day, once the equivalent value of 1,500 is hit, boom, that's it. You have to wait until the next day to withdraw that, right? Crypto exchange fees. That is, of course, the cost of exchanging whatever currency into that currency. That's 3%. If you have a basic membership, it's 2% if you have higher than that, right? So you can do the example I gave, for example, right? Sorry, that's the crypto exchange fees. If you were to purchase crypto, you have the little exchange fee that's applied to the transaction. For the fiat currency exchange fees, like the example I gave, exchanging from US to Japanese yen and so on, there's a little fee as well too. And it ranges from 4% in the starter, going all the way down to 2% for the solid gold, okay? 3% for the basic. Okay, now the basic and the starter actually is just one US account you have. So that would imply that for persons who may say, okay, what if I can convert my local currency into that? What is the exchange rate? It's not so much about it's the exchange rate of the day plus the 3% or 4%, depending on the membership level you have, okay? So crypto wallet to wallet transfers. You have crypto in your lifestyle account and you want to send it to another wallet, be it to Exodus or whatever type of wallet you have. There is a withdrawal fee of 1% plus whatever blockchain fees is associated with the blockchain you're using, whether it's Bitcoin or Litecoin. Each of these have different blockchain fees. So, there's not much control over that there, okay? Bank transfer fee out. If you're transferring funds from your account, right? Remember I said that with some of the international money transfer systems, you can pay as much as 20% to transfer some of these funds from one account to another. Here we have 3%. 3%. You can transfer funds from your GS Lifestyle account, whether it's a US account or British pound account or whatever, transfer it to another account of the same type, and you pay 3% bank transfer fee. 3%. Or if you have the solid gold, it's 1%. It's pretty awesome, right? What about putting money in? How much does it cost to receive funds? If you're a starter, it's 0.5%. If you're a basic and higher, it is free. So if somebody sends you wire transfers to your US account, right? Or makes a debit card load or something. If they send $1,000, you receive $1,000. If you send $1,000 to someone else though, who's also a member, they're also going to get $1,000 because fiat member-to-member transfers are also free. So you can get someone who has a family member abroad who has a card, give them the membership so they could get a card, and then you could transfer funds to them. I could transfer funds to my daughter who's in the US if I need to do that. I just make sure she has a card, I make sure I have a card, and I can send it across to her. Concierge services, what I mentioned about the concierge service, I think Marlon may be able to give an example of this at the end of the session, right? And you get travel discounts, of course, when travel is available, and instant cash rewards. It's last on this line, but this is also big. This is one of the things that I said can pay for itself. Because for persons who do a lot of shopping online, what is the #1 shopping site in the world? Yes, Amazon. Do you know that if you're going to purchase things on Amazon, using our service, you can get a cash back? The instant rewards are essentially like vouchers. When you're going to shop and you're going on Amazon and you're adding things to your shopping cart, and then it asks you for a certain line, do you have a voucher number to add? Well, that's what we provide. So let's say you're going to spend $800.25. You put all your things together. The shopping cart says $800.25. You can go ahead and pay for it one time if you wish and go about your business. Or you can say $800.25. Okay, let me go into my GS Lifestyle account and purchase a voucher for $800.25. Boom, you get the voucher, you get the number, you go back to Amazon and you apply it. Boom, you pay for yourself $800.25. And guess what? You get a cashback because you bought your voucher in GS Lifestyle. And that cashback goes to your US account, which can go towards your monthly subscription. Like I said, the account can pay for itself doing what you were going to do anyway, I should say, right? This is one particular feature, and this has nothing to do with referring others. This is just basically using the services of the card, right? This is awesome, right? So the solution is here, okay? You can have access to up to 5 foreign exchange currencies. You can wire transfer funds to the US account. You can send funds to any bank account once you know the SWIFT code and the wiring information. And the concierge service can help you to do that wiring. You can also wire to any MasterCard user in the world. It doesn't matter who the issuing bank is, right? You can have access to accounts from $500,000 US all the way to unlimited. And anyone over 18 with a passport, in Trinidad in particular. Other countries, they can use ID and driver's permit, but in Trinidad in particular, anyone over 18 with a passport can obtain a GS Lifestyle account. You don't have to worry about getting 3 years financial statement. You don't have to worry about getting job letter and pay slip. Come on, you have access to service. And then you can go and watch your Netflix, go and watch your Disney Plus, and it's accessible by the owner. You know how frustrating it is? Maybe somebody borrows your account and then you're going to watch a show and it's sorry, too much people using your Netflix account now, you can't watch it. It doesn't have to be that way. Let everyone get access to their own card so they can watch their own service. They have the right to pay for their, everyone has a right to pay for their own entertainment, right? Businesses can use crypto, and they can help persons to get crypto to start up in businesses, or even when they get commissions, they can get payout. They can get a payout, load it on their GS Lifestyle card, go over to the shopping store when the stores are open and buy the furniture set, or go to Price Smart and buy that stuff. Or no, you want to avoid the crowds. I do not want to encourage going into any crowds at this time, but you can go online for Quartz. I think they do online shopping, Quartz as well, and buy that thing for Mother's Day and send it to your mom and tell her how much you love her, right? Stuff like that. You can obtain cryptocurrency in your GS Lifestyle account. So persons, they say, you know what, I can buy Bitcoin in my own account, but there's some persons who may want to go on another site that previously the local debit card was blocked, right? You can actually go on those sites now with your GS Lifestyle Mastercard, because it's not issued in Trinidad and Tobago or your specific country, and you can use it there. And one other thing, of course, additional income stream for the masses. Other benefit highlights: the card is valid for 5 years with free replacement. All you need to do is to pay the difference to upgrade the membership at any time. So you can load your accounts in one of 3 ways. You can load your account with an existing credit or debit card with a Visa or MasterCard logo, right? I say it that way, and even that I have to clarify because of some of the questions I've received. Persons who have an existing debit or credit card, when they say the word debit card, people in our country, they think of Links. Links is a system designed for our local currency, right? You cannot use Links to do any online shopping. It doesn't matter if it's on Amazon or whatever. Links does not even have a 16-digit credit card code. So it's not Links we're talking about. But recently, some banks are issuing what we call local credit cards, and they actually have the goal to have a Visa logo on it, right? Now, I don't know. Let me take back that statement. I don't know in terms of the banking regulations and all of that stuff, but they have local cards with Visa on it, but you can only use it to make local purchases. You cannot use local cards to make international purchases. They would tell you that from the credit union, because credit union has a similar type of a card. They would tell you that from the unit trust, because they have a similar type of a card as well that has a Visa logo on it, right? So not all cards can load. Only international credit or debit cards can be used to load funds into your account. If you don't have that card and you have challenges trying to load your account, even if it is to buy the $10 starter, talk to your sponsor, talk to the person who invited you, because we're not in this alone. We help each other. Just pay them the TT dollars difference or whatever your local currency is to help your account be loaded, and then you can go further from there, right? So you can load it with an existing credit or debit card. You can load it via a wire transfer, because what you do get is a bona fide US account. You have a SWIFT number, you have a routing number and all of that stuff. And you can wire transfer from any financial institution. Once you that also use SWIFT and BIC, which is the bank international code, I think it is, right? So you can also load funds from cryptocurrency. You have another wallet that has crypto in it and you want to load it into your US, you can actually do that as well. So those are the 3 ways you can load funds into your GS Lifestyle account. And when you do, of course, you have 0 deposit fees and inbound bank transfers, okay? And you have free member-to-member transfers as well. Now, who is this service great for? This is great for those who need a platform to obtain cryptocurrency. They're trying to find other means and it's difficult. So GS Lifestyle helps persons to get crypto. It's not illegal, right? You do your due diligence, but this platform helps you to obtain crypto. This platform helps those who is looking for an accessible US account or other fiat account that they can transfer their funds to. Accessible means that they could access it and they can put it on their debit card and use it or whatever. This service is good for people who are looking for an international debit card, so they could watch their Netflix, so that they could go and do their online shopping, so that they could do other things, they could pay their bills online and so on. This service is great for those who do a lot of shopping online, like Amazon and so on. This service is great for those who need access to higher spending limits. This $250 a month ain't cutting it for some people. $500 a month, whatever the spending limit is, it's hindrance for people to do more business. So this is good for those persons. This is great for persons who are in receipt of remittances from abroad or even to abroad. You can receive funds for people who want to send you money, to send money to your families. It's over 10% GDP in some countries, remember, right? So this is a great service to help you with that. This is great for those who want to send funds abroad. This is great for those who need easy access to other fiat currencies like Japanese yen. There are people who import a lot of Japanese cars. That's another market, the used car market. There are people who shop on Alibaba. That's one of the greatest online suppliers in the world. Guess where they're based? In China. We can't get Chinese yuan. This is great also for those who are home, or even if they're not at home, they don't have that job security and they're looking for an additional income. They're looking for that plan B. They're looking for something to fall back on because it is a product that they know other people need for all of the previously mentioned reasons. And there's so much more applications. Do you know anybody who falls into any of these categories? Do you fall into one of these categories? If so, then you need a GS Lifestyle membership. For those who want to get commissions from others, I'm just going to do a brief explanation of that. The green and the brown columns there are for persons who are for the prices related to the basic and the premier GS Partners packages, right? So I'm just going to focus on the non-member price. The rest you can follow from there. It's three main categories I mentioned. You get commissions when persons purchase the product. Now, just want to say that the product is available from a third party, right? So the commissions you get is not based on the cost price, because the cost price is what has to be paid to the third party, right? So when GS Partners pays third party Envio what they have to pay them based on their contract, the difference between that cost price and how much we pay for it is what we get commissions on, okay? So we have a 9-level commission plan, which is 18% the first level, 4% the second level, and so on. You'll see that in the next slide. So what we actually getting paid on is for the $79 card, we get paid on the $27. So it'll be 18% of that, right? For the aluminum, it's $435, right? Non-member price. We get paid on $195 from that. So it'll be 18% of that for our first level. Okay, for the stainless steel, right? $985, we get paid on $500 from that card, right? 18% of 501 for the first level, 4% on the second level, and so on, okay? And coming down the line. If somebody buys a solid gold card, $38,500, we get paid on $15,000, 18% of that, as the case may be. When people pay the monthly subscriptions, we get paid on a portion of that too. For the $20 per month, we get paid on the $5. For the $35 a month, we get paid on the $8, and so on, just to explain that. And last but not least, in terms of commissions, I just want to mention the point of sale transaction fees. First to begin, the transaction fee is 30 cents per swipe. 30 cents per transaction. I have seen other debit cards with transaction fees of $1, €1, $1.50, and so on. By comparison, 30 cents, 30 cents per transaction. And out of that 30 cents, we get paid on approximately 20 cents of that. And what is significant, Michael? Well, we're not going to get that 20 cents. We're not going to, that's not a significant income, 30 cents. Remember, that is one transaction. Remember the time when Doubles, which is a local street food in Trinidad and Tobago, was 50 cents? The person who popularized it, there was a guy who put a shop called Ali's Doubles. He became a millionaire selling each Doubles for 50 cents. I don't know if people may remember that and it may reveal my age, but it just shows you don't get wealthy based on one transaction. You think of a product that people will want to use again and again and again, and the more people use that, that is where the secret of your income can come. Let's take this theoretical example. Let's say you invite 30 persons, you meet 30 persons who are interested in getting this card, and they're not as ambitious as you. They may just tell 3 persons each themselves, and they tell 3 people. You know the old Fabergé Organics commercial. You tell, well, in this case, you tell 20 friends, and they go ahead and tell 3 friends, and so on and so on and so on, right? Let's see what happens after just nine cycles of that. The first level, 20 persons. They each do a transaction. That's 30 cents each, okay? That would generate, of course, 20 by 30, you get $6. 18%, because they are your level 1, they were invited by you, you would get $1.08 commission on that, which is 18% of $6. Fine. The second level, these 20 persons invite 3 persons each. That's 60 people there. And they each do 30 cents, generating $18. 44% is your second level. 4% of $18 is 72 cents. 3% of $54 is 162. That's your third level. Level 4, 2% of 162 is 324, and so on, coming down the line. You get commissions down to 9 levels of referrals, totaling 44% out of all of the transactions that all of these people make, 196,000 persons. The revenue from that is 59,000. You get $3,000. Now, this is one transaction. People may say, okay, well, the numbers, they are not realistic. Okay, well, it may not be realistic. No, we're talking about this is something that's growing. It's not decreasing. 1, 2, this is one transaction. The average person may do 3, 4, 5, 6 transactions a day in some cases. Okay. In fact, that's the metrics we're looking at. Also, this is not counting any revenue from the monthly subscriptions either. This is just one transaction, folks. And again, this is an example. This is not typical, but it is dependent on your understanding, your application of your understanding, and how you share it with others, right? But this is what is possible once the infrastructure in place. Would you find it useful to have an additional $3,000? This is on a day. Sorry. Let me step back there. I tend not to be hype. Persons who know me, I don't like to put huge unrealistic numbers, but I'm just telling you, this is math. This is just math. This is a transaction for one day. What is possible if more persons adopt this system? How much persons do you know can help with this system or would need this system? And this is an example of how it can benefit you. There may be some questions persons may ask. I even see some persons asking some questions, which I will deal with there. And I think Sharon, thank you so much, is answering some of those questions. One of the big questions is, can I transfer from my local currency into the US account? Well, it is possible, and Sharon will give an update on that as we come to that. What's the process? What is the process for getting the card? Well, I'm glad you asked that question. It's very simple. First, to begin, the lifestyle, GS Lifestyle, as I keep saying, is a product of GS Partners, okay? If you want to get a book from Amazon, you have to register for an Amazon account. You want to get a GS Lifestyle account, you have to register for GS Partners, right? So you register for GS Partners, talk to the person who invited you, right? Get their GS Partners referral link, register for free, and then you can apply for your GS Lifestyle membership. First of all, you have to do a KYC at GS Partners because GS Partners is a separate entity. You have to load your passport, your ID, or your driver's permit there, and a selfie showing yourself. Of course, you have to show the selfie. Some persons doing that use the ID cards for their selfie holding the ID card, and they show the back. The purpose of a picture of a selfie holding the ID is to show that the person on the ID and the person holding it is the same person, right? So just think about that when you're doing a KYC to help it get approved faster. Once you do that and you get approved, then you could go ahead and you can go ahead and order your debit card directly if you have cryptocurrency, or if you don't, you can get your starter pack for $10 US, which you can pay with a credit card, right? Pay for $10, get your KYC done at GS Lifestyle. Then you can fund your GS Lifestyle account with your credit card up to $5,000 for the first time funding. You can use that to purchase Bitcoin, put it in your GS Partners account, and then get the card you really want. Or some persons have actually described that they were able to ask concierge, concierge, can you upgrade my account for me, please? And they did it. That's another way you can get it done, right? And then once you do that, you can then go ahead and purchase whatever you need. Some little tips as I experienced there. you want to consider getting a brand advantage membership in GS Partners before purchase. This is optional, but if you have a growing customer base, you want to invite a lot of persons, I'd recommend that you do so. According to one of our team leaders, Ty Best, it's a $149 decision, USDT. Come on, right? You're growing the team, it's the cost of doing business, boom, you get access to a share in company profits. But if you want to leave money on the table, that's fine. That's fine. That's okay. There's no rush, right? You can order for free, register for free in GS Lifestyle, and simply just order your card if you wish to, right? But that's just a tip there, okay? When filling out GS Lifestyle registration in GS Partners, don't put the number sign for the house number. We know the number is a house number, so you don't need to put like hashtag, 64 Green Street. Just put 64 Green Street. If you put the hashtag, it gives a little problem with the parsing, right? The translation. GS Lifestyle login, you select GS Lifestyle login, you'll get an email validation code, check your email, you put in the 6-digit phone validation, and I experienced this up to yesterday, where if you put in your phone validation, you would select your country code, which is normal, like in Trinidad and Tobago, you put 1868, and you put your 7-digit number. Next thing, wait, now I'm not getting this text. One tip you can do to approve it, just go back. Instead of choosing Trinidad and Tobago, choose US or Canada, which has a country code of 1, and then type your phone number with the 10 digits now. You put 868 and whatever your number is, and boom, you're getting your validation code, right? That's only if you're having problems too. Then when you're doing your KYC, make sure you have a good picture, good phone. Some persons were trying to do their KYCs and the phone has a low resolution, right? When you're doing your GS Lifestyle, there's a live passport pic, not a picture that you have saved in a file somewhere. You have to actually get the camera and put it over your passport, and you take the picture, and then there's a biometric selfie, which is simple. You don't have to dress up or anything for that. This is just an automated system that will compare the biometrics on your face, right? And compare it with your passport pic, and that's all. Once it's approved, you have to do a 2FA setup. Ensure that your recovery code is written down. Most people getting involved on online activities nowadays are becoming familiar with Authenticator. You can even do an Authenticator for your Facebook account to prevent other people from accessing it, right? That is, you have, in addition to your username and password, you will get like a 6-digit number that would repeat every 10 seconds, or not repeat, to change every 10 seconds. And you would use an application like Google Authenticator, LastPass Authenticator. I won't go into it today. I mean, you can go do a Google search or YouTube search for Google Authenticator and find out how it works. And basically you follow this, make sure your recovery code is written down, because if your phone is lost, got damaged, then you wouldn't be able to access your account again. So it's best if you have it written down so you can put it on another phone if anything happens to your first phone, all right? Then of course, once you're approved, your account features are still available while awaiting FedEx delivery. Another tip, if you're going to purchase the card with crypto, because all of the prices mentioned there are USDT, not USD, you would have noticed. USDT means that's the equivalent crypto price. And in this case, it will be in Ethereum or in Bitcoin. And if you're going to be depositing funds into your Ethereum or your Bitcoin account in GS Partners, yes, GS Partners comes with 3 wallets. It's Ethereum, Bitcoin, and G999. And if you're depositing into your Bitcoin or your Ethereum account, cater for deposit commission. All right. The deposit commission is 0.008 Ethereum. The deposit commission on Bitcoin is 0.00025. So whatever the equivalent in Bitcoin is that you're going to deposit, add 0.00025 to that to make sure that you have sufficient. Also, a little tip, when you're depositing funds in any crypto, you have to cater for the fact that, hey, this thing is fluctuating. So the time you send the Bitcoin and the time the wallet receives the Bitcoin, during that period of time, there may be a shift in value. So you may think you're putting in, for example, $80. By the time it reaches there, guess what? Bitcoin price falls. And you end up with $70, and you can't do anything with that. $70 equivalent in value, right? Because you're not putting fiat across. Remember, you're putting Bitcoin, you're putting crypto. It's the value of the crypto that is fluctuating, but is the crypto you're putting. So when you put in, make sure to put a little bit extra. It's not like it's going to the company, it's just going into your wallet. So any excess will still be accessible to you for the future, all right? So just put a little bit extra, all right, to do that, and you'll be good to go, okay? So those are some little tips there. So there you have it. You got an introduction to the challenges we face. We showed you how the GS lifestyle system can meet those challenges and provide even more solutions, right? And of course, we showed you how to place the order for it and the details of it, right? So thank you very much for attending. Any questions, I hand you right back now to Mr. Marlon Thorne. And of course, Sharon is here to the panel to answer any questions you have. Thank you very much for attending.
Thank you, Michael, again for a terrific presentation. Lots of passion and information combined in that presentation. And you were saying some very, very interesting things concerning the power of increments, of small increments. I used to work for a guy in Trinidad. Some of you guys might be familiar with Harry Crete or Cariflex. It was a company in Arima, and they were known for making these concrete products, but they also had a printing company called Cariflex, and Cariflex specialized in labels. And I remember talking to the owner of the company. I can't remember his name now, an elderly Indian man. And he was saying, he was telling me that when he first started this business, people were asking him, well, how you could make money selling a label for 10 cents, 10 cents and 25 cents and 5 cents for a label. And he said, it's not so much the price of the label, but it's the quantity of labels that he produced. And if he made 2 cents, 3 cents, 5 cents on a label and was printing millions of labels, he became a millionaire. All right. And that is the science behind small incremental payments. When Michael was showing you that the percentages of the swipe fees that we're going to get paid commissions, when you look at the multiplication of small incremental payments, many businessmen have become millionaire on pennies. All right. So don't take it for granted. Okay. Then coming along very soon with the GS Lifestyle Card is also what we call white labeling here in the US, or branding, okay? We are going to be able to offer corporations and companies around the world the ability to put their stamp, put their brand, put their logo on the GS Lifestyle Card and have it available for their customers. And even some companies would like to use the GS Lifestyle Card as a payment solution, so they can do payroll through the GS Lifestyle Card. So you're talking about thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people eventually that are going to be using this card. And you could be the person that may have made the contact, or somebody that you introduced to the GS Lifestyle Card, and they knew somebody that got in. And because it's in your organization down to 9 levels, you are also going to be sharing in that. So, I mean, folks, we're thinking global, and the thing the plans that this company has for the GS Lifestyle Card is the GS Lifestyle Card is going to be an integral part of our entire economic system that would include the ability not only to move between fiat and crypto, but also be able to move between fiat and crypto and diamonds and gold and palladium and silver and G999 coins, you name it. All right. So all these things are going to come full circle, and the GS Lifestyle Card is part of it. Right. So this is what we are introducing to you guys in this call. And finally, before we go to the questions, I've often said it's a beautiful thing to live in a small country, in a small community, because there's that camaraderie, friendship. You meet people every day. You could be walking down the street and people can be calling you out, and you have that feeling of oneness and unity and stuff in a small place. But a small place can be impacted very quickly when you have some sort of emergency or some sort of situation like what we're facing with COVID right now, okay? And because of that, having the ability to be flexible and having a different level of freedom, okay, is very, very important. Like when we were going through our COVID thing, we're still going through it, but when it was really bad here in the US, because you live in a big country, you have the ability maybe to move from one state to the next, from one district to the next, to get away from certain things. But when you're in a small country, there's no way you can really go. So whatever you can do to put yourself in a situation, even financially, that you can have options if things don't go as they should, you need to take advantage of it. So what we're offering with the GS Lifestyle Card is the ability to expand and give you a global reach and give you global financial options that you're not having in your current local financial system. All right. So just wanted to put those few things. I took a few notes. All right. And while Michael was speaking. Okay. So we're going to open it up now for some questions. You can indicate by putting your hand up and unmuting yourself. And we are going to entertain your questions for a few minutes. All right. So who's going to be first? There were some questions in the chat. I think most of them are probably being answered by now.
Yeah,
but if you,
they were all answered, yes.
okay,
Awesome job, Marlon. Awesome job, Sharon, in answering those questions.
great, thank you. All right, but if not, if your question wasn't answered and you do have a question, please unmute yourself, put your hand up. Let's know this is your chance. You have Dr. Michael Aman, you have the incredible Sharon Paris, you have the unbelievable Anika Nash, and then you have me. All right, so who's first?
Is it Jared? Hey, Jared.
Hi, good night. Good night, Mr. Aman.
Hi,
Good night.
Jared.
Good night to all the leaders on the platform. I realize that the card is not, they say that the card is not available in certain states in the US. But
that's right.
should you obtain the card away from these states, would you be able to use it if you should visit the states? So you obtain the card in Trinidad. Let's say you travel to these different states now where the card is not available. Would you be able to use the card in these states?
Yeah, well, I'll answer that, seeing that as a North American question. Yeah, most definitely. Those restrictions are just for the delivery of the card into those states. But the card is a global card. So anywhere MasterCard is accepted around the world, the card is available for use. But the company, because of the financial in the states, every state has its own financial body that makes decisions for each state. So because of the financial authorities in those states, we're still negotiating with them to try to open up every single state, right? And that should be pretty soon. But because of their restrictions, they have to go through formal paperwork and stuff in each state. But the card is available for use in any state, in any country around the world where MasterCard is accepted.
Thank you so much for that crystal explanation there. Thank you a lot.
Thanks, Jared.
Okay.
Okay, who's next? We're looking, don't be shy. Michael, you're doing such an outstanding job with these presentations. Questions.
And I think questions in the background are also being answered awesomely. So again,
Yes.
kudos to Sharon who answered the majority of those. Yep. So.
All right. All right. So we don't want to belabor the point. We just praying that everybody keeps safe. You and your family as the country goes through this crisis right now. As I said, we've been through it here in the US, and we're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel right now because of the vaccinations have had an incredible impact on the decrease of infection and deaths, and also to people have been wisening up and doing what is necessary on their end to protect themselves and their families. So we will get through this in Trinidad, but it takes teamwork. It really takes teamwork to make this happen and to get on the other side of this. But it creates a situation where there is also it's a sad situation, but there's also an opportunity because a lot of people are going to be home, and as Michael said, a lot of people are going to be wondering what's the next step, what can they do, and we definitely have something to offer them with the GS Lifestyle Card and with some of the opportunities that are partnered in different companies, all right, that you guys are familiar with, including GS Partners, okay? So if there are no more, okay, there's a hand coming up. There must be somebody. When the door is ready to close.
Yeah, actually, I would answer a question that wasn't asked, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Michael, panel, I'm not seeing Grenada in the list of countries. Is it that it's not available in Grenada? Well, the answer, well, similar to what Marlon had said before, the card will only be available in countries where it is fully approved by that country's government. So the paperwork and stuff is being done in those countries as we speak to work towards getting it available. So who knows? Keep your eye out. It can be available in Grenada or your other favorite country in the region where you may have family or friends. It's just not there yet. Remember, it was made available on the 1st of February 2021, and Trinidad and Tobago didn't get it until the 9th of April. So there were a couple months when even we weren't approved as yet. However, if people were to come in the country with their card, they could have used it. And now that we are approved, you know, it's just a matter of time before the others are. So once there are people in the country who are asking for it, they are currently working on the legal aspects of it to get it ready in those other countries as well. Okay, so that's that. And someone else wanted to ask a question.
Yeah, someone was saying that they were not getting allowed to unmute themselves or something like that.
I'll take care of that. That's why we asked them to raise their hands. But of course, let's do this now.
Hi.
Yeah, hi.
Good evening. Very interesting presentation. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Good evening to everybody. I have a question. Is there somewhere where I can go and see all this information? I was with Cart Bars. I am with GS Trade. I want to take this to another level. I want to take it to a business level. I had been waiting for the K Merchant to emerge with Cart Bars, but it seems as though this is going to do a lot more than what K Merchant was being aimed at. So I want to find, and I had presentations just you know, ready and prepared to take it to the business level, to the business community on a serious scale. So the question is there somewhere where I can go and get all this information and recompile a presentation of my own that I can take to the business community?
All right. So quick answer to the question. Go ahead, Marlon. Take that.
Right,
I will add to the other part of that.
All right. So just as a demarcation mark, you know, as you know, GS Partners is something completely separate from you know,
yeah, I know.
the Cart Bars experience, right? On the Michael will fill you in on the on some of the presentations where, you know, you can resource some of that. I think what you're looking at in terms of, are you looking for a solution for companies to accept cryptocurrency as a form of payment and stuff like that?
Yeah, for them to use it to trade with, to use the lifestyle card, whichever version they choose to trade with internationally.
Right, right. So the lifestyle card will definitely allow them to be able, you know, to do foreign transactions and stuff like that. If you're looking for something comparable to the K Merchant, there is a product that's coming pretty soon. What's the name of it, Michael? The
Universal Gold Merchant.
Universal Gold Merchant. All right. So that is gonna, so that is gonna that's gonna be a serious upgrade to what you're probably looking at with the K Merchant. All right. So that is on its way. It's
What's the
already
timeline on
developed.
that?
It's already developed.
Okay.
But this company
it
has a very stealth approach to putting products on the market. According to Mr. Height, we have to be ready. We are not ready. He will tell us when we are ready. All right?
Yeah. And a little technical behind the scenes on that. The same developer behind the K Merchant. All right. You see how we have the card service we have now is what we had before, but on steroids. It's a lot more.
Oh, yeah.
Similarly, what we knew as a K merchant, the GS lifestyle actually is going to play a big part of it. And it's a launching pad for that same universal gold merchant. It's the same developer of the universal gold merchant who did the K merchant. And it's going to be on storage with a lot more. So
Yes.
persons who get the GS lifestyle card, it doesn't matter which business they're in, because we're not talking about any particular, people on the different businesses right now. This is a solution for people, doesn't matter which business they're in, all right? And that the universal gold merchant, even for brick and mortar businesses, will bring solutions for them. So stay tuned, you're going to find out more. To get more information on some of what I shared here, you can go to goldstandardwebinar.com, goldstandardwebinar.com. That even includes the PDF sheet showing the breakdown of the fee structures within the system. Goldstandardwebinar.com. And of course, for persons who may, what is Gold Standard Partners about? It has more information on that too. But in terms of the debit card, you get information on that as well. Okay.
Okay.
So goldstandardwebinar.com.
Yeah. What's the timeline approximately for the universal gold merchant, please? Approximately.
I would say within the next quarter or two.
And something major is happening in 3 months. I'm just getting reconnected. So can you just tell me in a sentence or so what that is, please?
Right. So the gold merchant and a couple other things. This is a GS lifestyle call though, right? For that information, you can get you can get in touch with who sponsored you, or we can get on the other presentations that are actually taking place daily. And I would encourage you, if you're in the community, you will know what happens on every Monday night, correct?
Yeah, well, I was out for a long time because of all that was going on, so I'm just getting back in now. So
beautiful. So I highly encourage you, come on that session on Monday night coming.
Okay.
Today's Thursday. So Monday night at 9 o'clock, tune in to the station that I'm talking about, and you'll get all the updates.
Okay, perfect.
On what's coming.
Okay.
All right?
Okay, no problem. Thank you very much. All right, guys. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Is that it?
Nikki,
Is that it?
I think one more, Nikki.
Okay.
Nikki Knox.
Hey, honey. How you doing? I had I have just a couple questions. My first question is, for the island, the U.S. Virgin Islands, right?
They're open.
I had someone that they had their address in the registration form was for the U.S. Virgin Islands, because that's where they registered when they registered on GSP. That's their address that they have on their ID, right? But when, at the very end of the GS lifestyle registration, they ask for a state, but there's no states in for them to pick. So I was trying to find out, when that occurs, what is it they should do, just in case I get another person. We had a workaround for it, because the person now lives in Florida, but their ID is still for the U.S. Virgin Islands, because they wouldn't allow for that person to get a Florida ID.
If they leave it blank, what happens?
Say it again.
If they leave the state blank,
it wouldn't let them register. I wasn't in their physical presence, but they were saying it wouldn't let them press the registration button without filling that in.
In that case, I think they should write a support note to, you have the email address, Sharon or Marlon?
I have the email.
Yeah, they should write an email to them and explain to them, and let concierge deal with that. They're supposed to be able to help resolve that issue.
Yeah, I tried the concierge for that, and they couldn't really.
Or they can call. I think you can even call them as well.
Yeah, they couldn't give me an answer.
They couldn't.
That's why I thought maybe you knew.
Yeah.
Nikki,
because no, really, they were telling me that the U.S. Virgin Islands wasn't one of the serviceable countries, and I'm like, yes, it is.
It's on the list, yeah.
Yeah. So that was one question. The other question, wait a minute, what was it? Oh, okay, I remember. During the KYCs, People have been running into an issue. Well, I know with a Android where they're trying to do their KYC, and you if you log in on a computer, you can transfer it to your mobile device. They transferred it to the mobile device and clicked on the link through the email, but they're getting a error message saying that the token is the 2FA token is something, and it would not allow them to do their KYC. It wouldn't open up for them to actually take the picture. And I was wondering if you ever ran into that anywhere.
I haven't. They tried a different phone?
No, they only had one phone. I did it with two different people at one time. One person it worked. The other person, it would not open up.
Yeah. What I do when I mean, I face situations with persons on their phones.
No,
okay,
I'm
I'll
good.
let Sharon come on.
I'm multitasking.
Yeah. And what I do, I go with my phone and it usually gets through quickly. Sharon?
We deal with a number of different websites, and what the developers or the IT persons usually tell us, there is some glitch that they have not been able to identify, and it affects most sites. So when you are signing up, they always tell us use the laptop. And when you want to, if you want to log in thereafter, you can use the phone. They have the apps. The apps are available for you to register, but somehow with all of them, you cannot, even if you're trying to scan a barcode, it does not go through. It says it's not, it's invalid. That same barcode will work when you're doing it on the laptop. So when we always call in, it's about 5 companies we deal with. And they told us just use the laptop or the iPad to register.
Yeah, okay. As part of the GS lifestyle registration, there is that part where you have to switch. If the laptop doesn't have a webcam, some laptops don't have a webcam, or they have one that is a very weak camera. That's where they'll switch to the phone to complete the process, and then it switches back to the thing afterwards.
If I may, Michael, sorry for the interruption.
Go ahead.
I think I might have a solution to that. What is happening, because I think that happened with me, with a couple other sites registering. What the issue is, it's a permission issue. So what the link does, it tries to access through your browser the camera, access to the camera. So she may have to play around with the permissions on the browser that she's using to access the camera to complete the registration. So it may simply be just a permission issue.
Okay, good tip.
Yeah, I did that too. And went in, took them in, because they told me they had Chrome and Google on their phone and they wasn't sure which browser they were using. So we went in and I had them allow access through Google and through Chrome. We got a little further once I did that, but then we ran into, it just came up as a blank. When it was time for them, it told them to line up their ID to take the picture or scan it. And he pressed start, and then it was a complete blank white screen. It said, please wait. And then that was it. Nothing else ever came up.
Okay, well, 2 things I would say.
On a VPN, if she puts on a VPN, can she help them sign up?
Say it again.
If you put on your VPN device, of the VPN software, so that they will not know where you are located, you can probably help them apply, because there's one guy in Trinidad here, he has his card for Trinidad. I don't know, we did that 2 months before. He said use a VPN. I don't know, we did that.
Wow.
Right? People get all savvy when they're doing these things, so you can try the VPN. So you can have them.
Okay.
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 Yeah. Other than that, I will just say 2 things. One, support@gslifestyle.com.
Yeah, I already
And-
had him send that too.
And two, yeah, where possible, like I had a team member who had a phone that had poor camera quality. And even though he was able to get access to the picture, it was his KYC just kept being refused. I said, you know what? He's my team member. I went up to where he was physically because I know my phone would work. And when it came to time to scan the barcode, I did it with my phone. And within 15 minutes, he was approved. Okay, so sometimes if there are technical issues, we just use the alternate that works. If we know our phone works, we use that instead. We help each other.
Right. Okay. I think
All right.
I think I think I got another idea.
Yeah. Mhm.
You
Okay.
just gave me one. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Marlon,
Yes, you had some stuff to share, Sharon?
just want to let individuals know because some individuals receive their cards. So for the last 2 days, some of them went to the bank to make their transfers. When we are asking concierge for the wiring instruction, we actually have to ask them for intermediary bank. Right? I guess they're dealing with so many countries. They wouldn't know which one will need an intermediary bank or not. Because when I went to the bank, they did ask my husband, they did ask him, what is the intermediary bank? He said, well, this is what they gave me, so this is what I'm going with. The money never left the account. When we contacted concierge, he said that they said they will contact their finance team to get an intermediary bank for us. And they emailed it to me in about a few hours after. And I asked the question, is it that when TT dollars is wired through this intermediary bank, it will not be returned? And their response was, when the TT dollars hits the intermediary bank, it will automatically be exchanged for US dollars, less all the charges. Because the banks still charge, GS mightn't charge us, but the banks have charges. So people have to take note, guys, take note. And if anyone wants to try out Scotia, because that's the only bank that is left unturned, First Citizens Corporate said they will not be doing TT at this point in time. They don't know about the future, but First Citizens is out. Right? One person is doing JMMB tomorrow, and I think another person did Royal RBC today. 3 of us did Republic Bank.
Good.
Okay. So your 48 hours may be up very soon, right?
I would say to know. It went this morning, so it'll be Monday because they won't check. I don't think they will check weekends. What do they?
No, they don't count weekends, no.
Right. So Monday, the end of Monday. So when I checked the account today, it's the first time all the money left.
Okay.
So on Monday, once it hits, it's supposed to be actually, they said, with Barclays in 48 hours. So I guess by tomorrow, it should be with the intermediary bank. Now, I don't know which bank because they just give us a code. And the bank accepted. Once they put in the code, Republic put in the code, a bank comes up. But we didn't ask what bank it was. So we can't wait to see this work.
Awesome.
When this work is ka-ching, ka-ching. A lot of people will be happy. We have a lot of business people who are waiting.
Yes.
They keep calling. Sharon, you test out the card yet? Have you reached Scotia? Have you reached? So they just want us to test it out. And once we have tested out, and by the way, there are no limits. It's CT dollars, there are no limits. Once you can justify your wire, no limits.
Wow.
Awesome.
So we might be seeing some solid gold cards moving out just now.
Well, I'm afraid to buy a solid gold card because I wouldn't want anybody to touch it.
No, let it be stuck in a machine, right?
Exactly.
It's heavy.
You don't go to a hotel and they don't take the card and swipe it.
I
I'm
know.
watching you like a hawk.
The waiter will come back. Yeah.
But it's a
All right.
fantastic time.
Yes, yes, yes. Awesome. You know, challenging time are fantastic, you know, but you know, those of us who, as we were going through our crisis up here, and we're not over it, but you know, we've probably seen the worst of it at least right now. Those of us who kind of stayed focused and continued working through the difficult period are in a better position now as we're on the other side of it. So I want to encourage you guys, even though there's so many challenges emotionally and physically with all that's going on, you know, stay focused and work through this period. And when you come out of it, you'll come out of it stronger and better as a person and as a business person also. All right?
That's right. I'm dropping a prayer for so often.
Yes, all the time. My navel string's still there, no? And all my family, all my cousins and Nika, everybody. So, you know, and plus all my good friends like you guys.
Yes, yes.
All right. All right, so we're gonna call it a night. All right. Look out for any messages concerning you know, following meetings. We'll send it out, give you the time. All right. And
None on
time.
Sunday, please.
Huh?
None on Sunday, because Sunday is Mother's Day and my birthday.
Okay.
If you're
All
having
right.
a meeting, I would be here.
Right. So you know, that would be on Michael if Michael and his team wants to do anything on Sunday. All right. So so we let you guys know. But thanks. We still have about 42 people on the line. That's great. Means there's a lot of interest. So get back to the person that shared this information with you. If you just saw it on one of our Facebook pages or stuff, you know, get in touch with them and let's get you situated and get you, you know, I call this card a freedom card. All right. The MasterCard freedom card. Okay then, guys. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.